Alright, so you want to get started in videography, but you're not sure where to start. You're thinking to yourself, what camera do I get? What lenses do I need? How do I even edit my videos? Well, you're in luck. One of the beautiful things about creating art is that you don't have to do it alone. Some may call it an industry or a market, but I call it a community. The internet is packed full of information to help you get started on your journey. So just by clicking on this video, you've already taken a step in the right direction. Quick backstory about me. My name is Jesse. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, one of the entertainment capitals of the world. And my videos have gone places that I could have never dreamed of when I started, including giant billboards on the Las Vegas Strip. I specialize in corporate content, such as brand stories, product videos, and advertisements to gain traction on social media accounts. I believe that all this experience and knowledge that I have is something that should be passed on. I don't really believe in creating competition. I like to think of it more like creating a network. Who says we can't work together? There's so much information to be found by getting to know others, which leads me to my first point, that is to do your research. Most of us filmmakers are either self-employed or we own our own production business, but we didn't get there by having it handed to us. One day we got up and said, damn, I'm tired of working 9 to 5. It's time I start working for myself. Well, to even get to a point where that becomes an option, you have to learn from those that paved the way before you. Now, I'm not saying copy somebody else's exact footsteps, but instead soak in as much information from whoever it is you enjoy learning from. Whether that's watching YouTube, joining an online course, or getting a mentor. You could pick up a camera and figure it out on your own, go outside, film some things, and eventually start pitching your services. But you will learn so much faster when you use the resources that are available at your fingertips. You're actually doing it right now by watching this video, and I just want to encourage you to keep going. My next point is to use the tools that you have. A very common misconception is,
I don't have a good enough camera to start creating anything.
Well, okay, let's backtrack. Do you have any camera? Do you have a smartphone, an iPad, an old camera laying in your parents' garage? I've made so many videos with my smartphone, videos that I'm still proud of today and have landed me future work. There's actually a huge benefit to using an older camera when you're starting off compared to the newest camera with 16K video, 1000 FPS, quadra-pixel autofocus. And that's the fact that you get to refine your skills before you let the camera do the work for you. This is so powerful. If you can create something with a $300 camera, just imagine what you could do with a $3,000 camera. I want to encourage you with this. The power of creation is in the hands of the creator, not in the tools that he uses. All right, my next tip is an acronym. It's 3 C's. It stands for collect, copy, create. Now, what does this mean? Let's put it into context. Let's say you're on YouTube or Instagram and you see the dopest video from any creator, Peter McKinnon, Sam Colder, Daniel Schiffer, whoever, and you say to yourself, oh man, I want to make videos like that. This is what I call the collect phase. You're browsing, you're searching, and you're just taking in all this information from people that you look up to. Now the copy phase is where you take all of that knowledge that you've soaked in, you try to take those techniques that they're using, and literally you copy it. It's not always as easy as it seems. Whether it's a fancy transition, a lighting setup, a camera move, it's absolutely necessary for you to learn how to break down these techniques that they're using and try them on your own. This actually applies to all art forms. Art in itself is a language. So think of it like this. When we're babies, we learn our language by copying our parents. Whatever sounds they make, we try to do it too. So as a beginner in the industry, you're basically a baby trying to copy the people that know the language fluently. That way you can learn the foundation of what they're doing, pick out what you do and don't like, give credit where it's due. Then you can blend these techniques into your own style. When you get a camera move from this guy, an editing trick from that guy, and an audio tip from the other guy, this doesn't make you clones of all of them. It makes you you. Nobody else can create something the same way that you can. It's because you've chosen what inspires you and how you use those inspirations to create your own videos. Whew. Are you getting some value out of these tips? I know they're a bit unorthodox, but any videographer can tell you, buy this camera, buy this lens, buy this computer, get this microphone, but that's all on the surface. I'm trying to give you something that's worth your time and maybe something that you've never heard before. All right, my next tip is break the rules. It's safe to say that there's a set of rules or guidelines in the filmmaking world that everybody follows. Shutter speed, double your frame rate, rule of thirds, leading lines, and yes, you can follow these rules and memorize them for what they are. But breaking the rules is extremely beneficial in 2 ways. The more obvious one is that's how you develop your own style. You may figure out something that nobody's ever thought of before, and that may be what makes you stand out from the others. There's a lot of rules that are broken that are just a completely stylistic choice. But the second reason is breaking those rules rules will actually help you learn and understand why those rules were set in place to begin with. The best way to learn something is to experience it for yourself. Memorizing rules may stick with you, but if you don't truly understand why you're doing it, did you actually even learn anything? My last and final tip is pursue, don't perfect. This is something that every creator still works on day in and day out, no matter how experienced or brand new. It is habit for us to want to iron out every little detail, make every clip have perfect composition, or have the lighting hit the product in every right spot. But the bottom line is this: we can never be perfect, and with our films, we can work on them forever and they'll never be finished. So what I'd like to encourage you with is to pursue the journey of being a filmmaker. Don't get hung up on a video that didn't turn out how you expected it to be. Do the best you can, get some feedback, and apply what you've learned to your next project. Well, hey, if you made it this far, I appreciate you so much. I hope you really got some value out of this. These tips kind of apply to any art form, not just videography. So if you have a friend that you think could get some value out of this too, please share the video with them. I plan to make this channel about video content creation, but who knows where the road leads. Thanks for watching.